he brought in the blueprint. He brought in the personnel. He brought in the imagination for the facilities. That LSU football operations facility is Nick Saban's idea. That was his masterminded plan with Jack Marucci and Greg Stringfellow and those guys when they opened the doors in 2005. Saban deserves this as much as anybody that walks into that Hall of Fame, and maybe even more. And I think that you'll start to see the players from these teams, this 2003 national championship team, even players from the 01 SEC team, start to be recognized as far as Louisiana Sports Hall of Famers. But to me, this is a mindless argument when you look at what Saban, not only what he accomplished on the field, because the numbers are easy to see, like what he did.
Wasn't there 7 of 8 losing seasons when he showed up?
And
then, as you said, now it's been 19 in a row of golden era.
Horrendous losing seasons. Like losing seasons where people could give a damn.
Like basketball, right? And Saban basically said that Baton Rouge was a sleeping giant. And then Will Wade kind of said the same thing, and Saban unlocked that giant. Wade's currently doing it right now. I'm trying to gin up a little emotion for this story because I know people really care about it, but I'm with you. Like, it just feels so deserving that I just can't get mad about it. And I've suffered directly at the hands of this man, right? Like, the most disappointing single experience I've probably ever had in my life was losing that national championship, and that was purely because of the dominance of coaching from Nick Saban. So I have suffered at the hands of the Crimson Emperor, but I still feel that a lot of what he did at LSU, we were still feeling the echoes of, and will be feeling the echoes of for a while. So I think it's deserving. A lot of people have said with the timing of it, I don't think the timing matters. If you wanted to wait. If you didn't. If you think that he deserves to get in, why does the when he gets in matter that much?
I think that's what I was going to say. The most I've seen, like, people don't necessarily seem as mad about him getting in. If that makes sense. It's that he's still an active coach coaching at a rival school. So I think I can maybe follow them down that road. Like, if he wasn't at a rival school, maybe it wouldn't matter as much. I mean, he can still use this in recruiting. Not that he needs it, but I mean, he could. He can still add this into his recruiting pitch. If you waited until he retired, I think it would be a lot easier.
Yeah, I think, and I guess a lot of people actually to feel that way as well. I don't think it matters in recruiting. I don't think the timing of it matters. I think it's just kind of a nice honor for him. If anything, maybe Ronnie's just trying to incept Saban a little bit, plant a little seed of like Louisiana love back in there, so on a subconscious level, he doesn't go full fangs out come November 9th or whenever that date is.
Knowing Ronnie, he's probably just trying to capitalize and get the most attention.
I mean, come on. That's what you do.
It's
like,
very smart.
It's good business.
It's kind of a heady play.
The national news is writing about, the Louisiana Hall of Fame. So, win by Ronnie.
It's a very heady play.
Anonymous user, wow, Jordy's slobbing on Saban right now. I expected T-Bob, but not Jordy. Yeah, but man, look, I was
Why would you expect me?
Yeah,
I hate that man. I never played for him.
I had a front row seat.
I was only a fan.
I was 20 years old when Saban took the LSU football job. That was probably those 5 years were probably the most passionate and fandom football watching that I've had in my life. Like, that's probably where I was at the height of being a fan, because it was just,
you came from low expectation to high expectation. We always talk about that.
I mean, I still remember being in that 01 SEC championship where LSU beat Tennessee.
I was at that game. Were you at that game?
Yes, I was there.
That game was awesome.
It was unbelievable because it was the breakthrough.
It was the
crossing
moment
to the other side, man.
Me and my grandpa got beer thrown on us by Tennessee fans because he was yelling in his heavy Cajun accent, "Your roses have withered. Your roses have withered," because they were going.
They all had the roses.
They were going to the Rose Bowl. They were going to go to the Natty, and then Rohan goes down. Mock comes in. They win the game. It was spectacular.
Josh Reed, fourth down, defense making plays.
And that was the beginning of the golden era.
Absolutely. And then really what it did and what he really opened up and brought to LSU football was the recruiting. I mean, anybody who was a player in the state of Louisiana, no chance you were getting out.
Warrick Dunn wasn't going to Florida State anymore.
No way, man. Travis Minor wasn't going to Florida State. Those guys, Ed Reed wasn't going to Miami. Those guys weren't leaving the state. They were going they weren't even thinking about it. I mean, I remember that first recruiting class they had a chance. Remember, he got in late in 99. He brought guys into that class. Corey Webster was in that class. He was one of the last signees that Saban went and saw and got him in that first recruiting class. But the first recruiting cycle he had was Marcus Spears, Michael Clayton, Marquise Hill.
Wow.
I mean, guys that were just the absolute centerpiece of that national championship in 2003. And for the record, I know I'm going to get crushed for this, but I am one of the ones who absolutely signs up and believes that Saban set up Miles for that national championship in 07. Like, I know that Jacob Hester and those guys, like Saban recruits Hester, bring those guys in, but the program was running at such a high clip and high level when he left in 05 that it was going to take a monumental disaster for it to mess up. Like, I subscribe to the theory that you almost could have gotten anybody that understood football at that point in 05 to come in and keep LSU afloat at least for a little bit.
Well, look, Larry Coker won a championship at
For 2
Miami,
years.
right? And then,
Remember that?
And then we saw what happened.
I mean,
now, credit to Miles. He made it back to 9-11, and that's
did.
fully his
He did.
team. But yeah, the momentum of 07's, I mean, you can't really argue with that. So there's a tweet going around yesterday. It said, Nick Saban has been elected to the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame. It's a bit like Darth Vader going to the Rebel Alliance Hall of Fame for his accomplishments as Anakin Skywalker. And here's the deal. I would put Anakin in the Rebel Alliance Hall of Fame. He was a hero of the Clone Wars. Anakin Skywalker and Darth Vader are really two different characters for all intents and purposes. The same way that, like, in this instance, you almost have to view LSU Nick Saban and Alabama Nick Saban as two different characters.
Anonymous user, you sound like y'all want to put a statue of Saban in front of Tiger Stadium. Look, I think
hate
Diesel,
him.
Miles, and Saban all need one.
No, I don't want to.
Three national championship coaches.
Nah, I don't
Saban,
want anybody to have a
Diesel, Miles. That honor should be after he retires.
You know,
For sure.
I think, okay, but LSU's put such a high bar on statues, okay? One Heisman winner, he gets a statue. A guy who won 5 national championships and defined a sport for a decade, he gets a statue. One Natty's an incredible accomplishment. I'm not giving you a statue for that. If you want a football statue, you have to do something truly singular. So when Coach O wins his 2nd national championship, throwing for 7,000 yards per season, then we can put up a statue to him.
Close that hour one next.